We are inching closer to the biggest sporting event in the world, the 2016 Olympics, which will be taking place in the historic city of Rio de Janeiro from 5 August to 21 August 2016. At every Summer Olympics, it is expected that athletes from United States, Great Britain, China, and Russia will secure a large haul of medals. Now, we look at the top 10 athletes with the most number of gold medals in Olympic history. Jenny Thompson. Before stepping into the Olympic arena, Jenny Thompson was a medical student at Columbia University. With 8 Olympic gold medals, Thompson was one of the most dominant swimmers in the 1990s. She won the first gold medal at the 1992 Summer Olympic Games in Barcelona, setting the tone for her incredible career. 4 years later in Atlanta, she added 3 more golds in the relay events. At the Summer Olympic Games in Sydney, Thompson won 3 gold medals, taking his medal tally to 8, but however, the talented swimmer failed to win a single championship medal in the individual events. Thompson holds the record for winning more Olympic gold medals than any other female swimmer in history, with every one of them coming exclusively in the relay events. 9. Sawa Okato. When he was a child, Sawa showed very little interest in the sport, however, everything had changed when he entered the gymnastic hall in Tokyo. Sawa Okato is the successful male gymnast ever at the Olympics. He competed in 1968 Olympics alongside his elder brother Takeshi and won the team competition in the all-around and on the floor. 4 years later in Munich, Kato played an important part in the team competition to overcome the arch-rivals Russia. He won 3 gold medals and 2 silver medals as Japan finished 5th with 13 golds in the Bavarian capital. In the 1976 Summer Olympic Games in Montreal, Kato successfully defended his parallel bars title and won the team competition for the 3rd time in a row, taking his overall tally of Olympic golds to 8. His career spanned from 1968 to 1976, and between these years, he won 12 Olympic medals. Also, he won more Olympic gold medals than any Japanese Olympian and is second after Ono in the total number of medals. 8. Burgett Fisher. Burgett Fisher made his Olympic debut at the 1980 Summer Olympic Games in Moscow, Russia, and instantly won gold in the K2, becoming the youngest ever canoeist champion at the age of 18. Due to East Germany's boycott, Fisher couldn't able to repeat the same feat 4 years later in Los Angeles. Having married, the German kayaker was back in action at the 1988 Summer Olympic Games in Seoul and won golds in the pairs and fours. She added golds in Barcelona and Atlanta, taking his gold medal tally to 5. Fisher retired from the sport after adding 2 more golds and a silver at the 2000 Summer Olympic Games in Sydney. 4 years later, she came out of retirement and won gold at the Summer Olympic Games in Athens, becoming the oldest ever Olympic canoeing champion at the age of 42. 7. Bjorn Deli. Arguably the greatest Nordic skier of all time, Deli showed less interest in skiing and followed football at a young age. He wanted to be a football player until his coach pushed him in Nordic skiing. He made his Olympic debut at the 1992 Olympic Games in Albertville, France, and won 3 gold medals and a silver medal in his first Olympic stint. Deli won 2 golds by competing in front of the home fans at Lillehammer and further added 3 golds at the 1998 Summer Olympic Games in Nagano. His total tally of 12 was a record for all Winter Olympians until it was broken by his own countryman Bjerndalen in 2014. Nicknamed Rocketman, Deli is one of the greatest cross-country skier to have ever lived. 6. Olle Bjerndalen. Nicknamed the King of Biathlon, Olle Einar Bjerndalen made his Olympic debut on native soil at Lillehammer in 1994. But he failed to win gold and also had minimal success in his first Olympic appearance. 4 years later at Nagano, he grabbed his first gold medal in 10-kilometer biathlon event. Bjorndalen's medal-winning exploits increased in Salt Lake as he achieved a remarkable clean sweep of the biathlon golds, winning the sprint, the pursuit, the 20 km individual, and the 4x7.5 km relay. 4 years later in Turin, he once again failed to win a gold medal but added 2 silver and a bronze medal at the Northern Italy. At Sochi 2014, 40-year-old Norwegian was back to his very best by winning the championship medal in 10 km men and relay mixed, which took his overall tally to 13 medals. He also became the most medaled athlete in the history of the Olympic Winter Games. 5. Carl Lewis. Carl Lewis is an American track and field athlete who won 9 Olympic gold medals from 1984 to 1996. He made his Olympic debut in Los Angeles and won his first gold medal in the 100 meters, running 9.99 seconds to defeat the fellow American Sam Grady. In the same Olympics, Lewis also emulated his boyhood idol, Jesse Owens, by winning gold in the 100 meters, the 200 meters, the long jump, and the 4x 100 meters relay. Of all his many victories, Lewis's arguably most famous race was the 100 meters at the 1988 Olympics, when Canada's Ben Johnson beat Lewis with a record time of 9.79. But 3 days later, the Olympic Committee announced that Johnson had failed a drug test, losing his medal to Lewis in disgrace. Lewis defended the championship in the long jump category. In all the 4 Olympics he competed. He won his 9th and a final gold medal at the 1996 Olympic Games in Georgia and subsequently retired. 4. Mark Spitz. Mark Spitz, one of the greatest swimmers of all time, made his Olympic debut in 1968 and won 2 golds in the 4x100-meter freestyle relay and 4x200-meter freestyle relay men. He made his Olympic splash in the 1972 Olympic Games in Munich when he became the first athlete to win 7 gold medals in an Olympiad. His achievement stood still for 36 years until it was broken by his own countryman, Michael Phelps, who won 8 gold medals in the 2008 Summer Olympic Games in Beijing. Spitz set a world record in all the 7 events in Munich, an achievement that stands still and proving impossible for any athlete to break. 3. Pavo Nurmi. Nicknamed Flying Finn for his dominating performances in distance running, in the early 20th century, Pavo Nurmi won 9 gold medals between 1920 to 1928. He made his debut at the 1920 Summer Olympic Games in Antwerp, Belgium, and added 2 golds in the 10,000 meters cross-country and team cross-country. Pavo Nurmi broke many records in Paris 4 years later and became the first athlete to win 5 gold medals in the history of the Olympic Games. Nurmi won the 1,500 meters, the 5,000 meters, the 3,000 meters team event, and the 2 cross-country events in the peak of 4 days. The Flying Finn also won the 5,000 meters, less than 2 hours after the 1,500 meters in the same Olympics. He won 2 golds in Amsterdam 4 years later, and throughout his 14-year career, he remained unbeaten in cross-country events and 10,000 meters too. Larissa Latinina. The Russian, Larissa Latinina emerged as the most successful gymnast at the 1956 Summer Olympics in Melbourne. Between 1956 and 1964 she won 9 individual Olympic gold medals. Her total of 18 Olympic medals was a record for 48 years until Phelps swam past her in London 4 years ago. Latinina is the only woman to have won 9 gold medals. Also, she is the only female gymnast to have won team gold, all-around gold, and an event final gold at the same Olympics. Having won 14 individual medals, one more than Phelps, Larissa Latinina is the most decorated female Olympian of all time. We will look at the events and number of medals Larissa Latinina won in her Olympic venture. 1. Michael Phelps. Having won 18 gold medals in 3 Olympics, Michael Phelps, the American swimmer, is the most decorated Olympian of all time. Phelps was just 19 years when he entered the scene in the 2004 Athens Olympic Games. He won 6 gold medals in his first stint and also registered second-best performance over single Olympics. 4 years later in Beijing, Phelps was at his peak by winning 8 gold medals and also broke Mark Spitz's all-time record of 7 gold medals in a single event. It was after the 2008 Olympics that people started to regard him as not only the greatest swimmer, but also the greatest Olympian of all time. The American won 4 gold medals in the 2012 Summer Olympics in London, taking his gold medal tally to 18. That really set him apart from the list of most gold medal winners. It will be hard for any athlete to even come close to what Phelps has achieved in his Olympic career. What do you think of the video? If you have any questions or doubt, please comment down below. If you haven't done so, hit the like button, subscribe, and share our content. Make sure to keep watching our channel to know when this will be happening. Like, share, subscribe.